Overall, All-Star Weekend was a failure.
You look at a 3-hour time slot, the fact that only 42 minutes of basketball was played.
Yo, you gotta keep it real. The NBA All-Star Game isn't what it used to be, and there's a dark truth behind why it's slowly fading away.
You get the All-Star Sunday. This wonky, weird, what was going on with Kevin Hart?
To see big men be big men. SGA, get the ball, do work, clear it out, do what you do.
You might have noticed it too. These days, it feels like more of a game for show than an all-out battle between the league's greatest.
It has become a huge waste of time.
Did you notice that Magic Johnson wasn't there yesterday? This man lives, eats, and breathes NBA. He didn't show up. He didn't show up because he said, if they don't care, why the hell should I?
So what happened to that edge, that energy, the raw competition that we all grew up watching?
McHale inside. Look at that pass. To Lane Beer.
We're about to break down exactly why the All-Star Game is struggling, and what might save it from flattening altogether. Let's rewind for a second. Back in the day when you heard All-Star Weekend, you knew it was must-watch TV. We're talking legendary matchups, Jordan versus Magic, Kobe versus AI, where pride was on the line and nobody wanted to get outplayed. It was the East versus West, and it was personal. If you grew up during that era, you remember exactly how intense those games got. Players might have hugged it out before tip-off, but once the ball was in the air, it was war. Nobody was trying to lose, and if the fans were there, they were living for every second of it. But times have changed, and if you've been watching lately, you know the energy just isn't there. Instead of high-stakes drama, we're getting highlight reel alley-oops with nobody playing defense. So what's the deal?
You know, the All-Star Game didn't go well.
See, I thought it went well.
I don't remember asking you a god thing.
You were saying
that we should just be looking to do different things and just make it a celebration of basketball.
You still see the NBA pump up All-Star Weekend with all these flashy ads and promos. Even this year, we see just how much ad time we got. The intros are dope, the lighting is fire, and the social media is always going crazy with memes and highlights. But once the actual game starts, you can catch yourself scrolling through your phone because it's basically a casual open run. No intensity, no real strategy. Just a bunch of coast-to-coast plays ending in uncontested dunks.
Chuck, how you doing? Congratulations, Chuck. Thank you so much. Well deserved. Thanks for picking me.
It's almost like a paradox. The league hypes up this event as must-watch to see the best hoopers alive, but we end up watching them play defense just about as seriously as you play at a family reunion cookout. So what is the big reason behind this effort? And this is real talk. There's nothing on the line. If the All-Star Game was do or die for something meaningful, like playoff advantages, maybe the players would turn up the intensity.
I gotta be careful. Big time troll. What did I do? Why when I go to the free throw line in the Madison Square Garden, all I hear is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander at the free throw line. Like, bro.
But right now, it's basically a glorified vacation in the middle of a grueling season. And if you're a superstar with a chance to win a championship, why risk an injury or waste energy for a game that doesn't count in the standings? This all ties into load management. Teams are super cautious about injuries, and guys would rather preserve their bodies for the real prize, the playoffs. On top of that, players have brand deals and massive endorsements on the line. Let's be honest, if you're juggling all these responsibilities, are you really going to risk a stupid injury for an exhibition game? And that's the core issue. We, the fans, aren't asking for the craziest halftime show or non-stop dunk attempts. We want legit competition. Whether you're a Gen Z or a millennial who's been watching since the 90s, you know basketball is at its best when there's real fire on the court. A 200 plus combined score with nobody contesting shots isn't exactly thrilling after the first few highlight dunks. We craved that moment where superstars showed some pride and had games where certain moments kept us out of our seats and glued to the screen. What's crazy is that the dunk contest and three-point contest, events that are technically slideshows, can generate more hype than the actual game. Remember when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon had the legendary dunk-off? Internet went crazy. Same goes for this past weekend. Everyone was talking about Matt McClung. Sometimes these events produce way more must-see TV moments than the All-Star Game itself. You know the format is bad when you scroll down your timeline and all you see is who did what in a dunk contest or who shocked who in a three-point contest. And you keep going down your timeline and you see just how bad the All-Star Game was. It's no surprise that TV rankings have taken a hit. Fans aren't dumb. We see through the no-effort plays and when players check out early. And on social media, the amount of memes and reactions are endless. People clown at players for not playing defense and joke about how the scoreboard looks like a screenshot in 2K after you play on rookie difficulty.
It's just time to talk about the game of basketball. Chuck is doing a horrible job of coaching. His bigs are all over the place. They're shooting way too many threes. Kenny has no control over his team. We're about to take this back to the park, and I'm going to make people play the game the way it should be played. I want to see guards be guards.
What is wrong with you? I mean, what is your malfunction?
The NBA has tried to mix things up. Team captains drafting squads, the Elam ending, this new format, etc.
We will be back to get the draft started in just a moment.
Don't take none of my guys. Get off my. I'm not taking it. Nobody cheat off a dummy's paper.
And I got one question for you. What you doing?
But even these changes haven't solved the fundamental issue. There's no real stakes. There's no real competition. Let's also talk about the business side. All-Star Weekend is a massive marketing fiasco. From sneaker releases to celebrity sightings, it's all about brand building and sponsorship deals. Let's face it, let's keep it real. For certain players, it's more about the handshake deals and the parties than it is about going head-to-head on the court.
Yes, tonight is nice.
That might be the biggest sign that the All-Star Game is more of a show than a competition. And look, I'm not blaming the players for worrying about the bag.
It was said that this format was your idea, and I just want to know, how did you feel it turned out, having rising stars out there against you in the first game?
Well, it's like...
We'll say something.
This is the modern NBA, and everyone's trying to elevate their profile. But the question is, can we really call it an All-Star Game if the main thing, real competitive basketball, is barely even there? Again, let's be real. Gen Z and younger millennials aren't here for it. A low-effort game that looks like a casual Sunday run. We want quick, high-energy content that actually matters. 4 quarters of players jogging back and forth on defense is not going to cut it anymore. Some people want to see a one-on-one element of the game included, or a game that matters with bigger incentives. Others want the winning team's conference to get some type of advantage come playoff time.
What's your point?
Point is, something has to change if the NBA wants to keep the audience locked in. If the league wants the All-Star Game to matter again, they might have to put some serious thought into it.
Isn't that right, Kay?
That's right, Big G.
See?
Maybe this is a situation where money talks. If you offer a big enough prize, or if the winning team's conference get a major result, like home court advantage in the playoffs, you might see players actually start hustling on every possession and giving it their all.
I just don't get it. I don't know why it's so different in the NBA.
Home court advantage.
See, home court advantage is a little bit overrated.
Home court advantage.
Is home court advantage real?
The question is, does the NBA have the appetite to change it? Or are we as fans supposed to watch the All-Star Game remain super flashy, but ultimately an effortless display? So, what do you think? Is the NBA All-Star Game cooked forever? Or can the league bring it back to life with bold changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Love it or hate it, we all remember how incredible this event used to be. Now the question is, will we ever get that fire back? Or is this just the new normal? Hit that subscribe button if you want more raw NBA talks like this, and let's keep the conversation going. Because at the end of the day, people, fans, are the ones who affect viewership. And if the fans demand more, maybe, just maybe, the All-Star Game could have life again. Stay locked in, and thanks for watching. Peace.